I have a question. My parents are very liberal, and I fear their ideals being transferred to my children, but I also don't want to alienate them. I don't have kids. I don't have kids. How should I approach this?
And then her next comment, she said, "When I do have children."
Oh, okay. Okay.
You want to answer it?
Yeah. When you have children, I'm assuming you're married. Your new family is your children and your husband. You have to be okay alienating or separating or drawing a line if you have to. But a lot of times with liberal people, especially your own parents, they're not going to respect that line you've drawn. So a lot of times you may have to
Mm.
separate from them, and
Mm.
that is for you, that is even for them. It's for their legacy, it's for your legacy and the children to come. So we got to stop being afraid of hurting people's feelings, because your children's future depends on it. And what's more important, their feelings or how your children are going to be when they grow up?
Man, you on it, babe, because some of the things that I've done and that I'm doing, my parents have no idea about. Some things I literally just told my dad today. And it hurts me to not be able to include them, but I know that they're not going to understand, and you got to protect your space, especially as men. First, I can't afford to have too many voices in my ear when I know that God said something. And a lot of times, God has a way of sending you to do things that ain't nobody else going to understand. It
Hmm.
ain't going to make sense. They're not going to comprehend it. And you got to learn to be okay with that as people of faith. But when it comes to that family, like she said, that you leave mother and father and you cleave to your wife. So ain't nobody got no opinion about anything going on in here.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to my parents, I feel you on not wanting to alienate them from my kids. You have to have solid boundaries. Like she said, there's something about certain people who cleave to liberal ideas that they just don't understand accountability. So the idea of just respecting people's boundaries, I mean, let's be real, that's not a liberal concept. The liberal concept is make everybody wear a mask because I'm scared.
Right.
Everybody should learn LGBT stuff in school because I'm gay. That's the concept that comes with those ideals.
Yeah.
So you can't expect them to respect your boundaries, but you got to respect your boundaries enough to make them firm and stand on them and say, hey, mom, dad, you ain't entitled to anything over here. It's going to be this way or no way when it comes to my kids. And I've made that clear. And I've cut parents off from my kids before. And sometimes it have healed in time, other times it haven't, but I give that to God. But you have to be solid on your boundaries when it comes to your kids, because people are feel entitled to your kids. And last time I checked, most kids out here are getting molested by family members. I don't care about titles. I care about what's healthy for my children and my future generations. That's the only thing that I'm devoted to. Whatever family I came from, that's history. We
Right.
can meet up at the reunion.
And that addresses what she just said, right? Because family is important, but I feel like a hypocrite preaching for family but alienating them from my own.
Right.
And that's not, I mean, technically blood, okay, that's your blood, but that's not your family anymore. When you are married and have children, that is your family. And if the word even says
I was going there.
God didn't come to bring peace but a sword, and that mother will, what was it, mother will hate daughter and son will hate father, or mother-in-law.
And even
Yeah.
deeper, Jesus said that his family was the people that do his father's will.
Hmm.
God to give you a new tribe. If your people ain't on board, then maybe they're not. Sometimes your family not meant to go with you where you're going. That's okay. We got to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't think that an alienation from your family always has to be forever.
Right.
But you can't let anybody get in the way of where you believe that God is leading you to go.
Absolutely.
I don't care who doesn't agree with it. Now, does that mean you can't take counsel? Sure, but you better make sure your counsel is on one page with you and the direction you're going.